Jon Jones has been charged with 2 misdemeanors related to an alleged incident involving a drug testing agent who visited his home in March of this year. The heavyweight champion has been charged with assault and interference with communications. Jones allegedly appeared agitated and grabbed the agent's phone. Jones reportedly questioned the agents, including if the agents had money because he was going to sue them. Following the incident, Jones released a statement to social media. "I was recently visited by testers while I was celebrating a birthday and taking a nap. Upon waking up, I was caught off guard by the unprofessionalism and protocol by one of the testers, which caused frustration, leading to me use some profanity I regret. However, I want to emphasize that at no point did I threaten, get in anyone's face, raise my voice to anyone, or engage in any form of assault." If convicted, Jones could face up to 1 year in jail, as well as fines totaling $1,500. The virtual bond hearing is scheduled for Wednesday, July 17th, where Jones will be informed of the charges and asked to enter a plea.
The fines are so disproportionate to the fucking jail time.
That's wild, isn't it? 1,500 quid. You know what I mean?
Quid. So a year in fucking prison. Like Jones will fucking wipe that with the fucking toilet.
I was about to say that Jones would have wiped his ass with 1,500 quid. Like
that's with 1,500 quid, man. Like what the fuck? Hey, Yao, you know what? Let us come to Yao first because you're the voice of reason in this Jon Jones's matter, you know. I mean, we know Matt Dane, we got Jon Jones's gloves, so you know I'm not gonna come to Matt Dane yet.
Wipe my ass with Jon Jones's glove.
Yeah. Yo, please.
Look, where it comes to this, I think Jon Jones tends to get a bad rap. Just in general, look, we all know that he is the GOAT, but he is somewhat ducking Aspinall, etc., etc. But when it comes to his personal life, I wouldn't say he's made mistakes, but you know, because he's the best, his life is always in front of the media, and any small thing gets put in front of the media and gets blown. I wouldn't say out of proportion, but we get to see it with a microscope. You know, we get to see it in detail, which always, you know, if anyone looked in any of our lives with a microscope, you know, they'd always find something. So for me, I would take him at some sort of, I give him the benefit of the doubt on this one. Say, okay, look, I believe you use profanity, you're a fighter, you were upset because this person was doing whatever they were doing, so you know you didn't try and choke them out or anything crazy like what we heard on social media. So I support him in that one. And like you said, where it comes to fines versus jail time, America's another place. Like it's it's another place altogether. So I don't know how they balance it out. Yeah, let's just take the fine. It's nothing spectacular. He's not necessarily going to go to jail, but I think it's also trying to send a message to say, if you are being tested, yes, we're not part of USADA anymore, but if you have some sort of protocol that you need to follow the protocol, because that's what you need to do to be part of this organization. So I think it definitely sends that message, which is a good message, because at the end of the day, you need fighters that are following the protocol of whatever promotion that they're in, specifically if they're fighting at the highest level. You don't want fighters at the highest level not following protocol, because then we don't get to see the fights that we want to see as the fans and the fights that the promotion wants to put on. So I support them, you know, I guess stamping their authority and making sure this type of thing doesn't happen. But yeah, you know, it's Jon Jones at the end of the day. You know, you do have to have your best be accountable. So, okay.
Yep. We have that. Big up for fixing that, McDane. I see you just fixed the interface on the right there on the screen, and salute for that. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna get Blammy's opinion on this, because we just seen in the chat just now, and Badman Math, big up yourself. He says, I think he's not going to go to jail, but I think he should be stripped for refusing the test. Now, you, somebody that you know that compete professionally, you know what the rules and regulations are. Once you sign a bout agreement, once you sign a professional contract, really, you know what it entails to be in an organization like an EFC, like a UFC, like a Bellator, PFL, all the other organizations across the world. What Jones is doing here, do you think it should be stripped? Do you think is something that needs to be looked at least by the UFC? Because it's one thing the commission punishing Jones, but it's one thing for the promotion also stripping Jones and punishing Jones in that way for not going through with the test. Maybe even some are saying it's taking too long. you know, in terms of competing and maybe facing Tom Aspinall. What's your take on that?
For me, I go back to, when he was young, first of all. Like, as a young kid, you make mistakes, you fuck up, and that's what makes you a better man in the end of the day, because you've learned from it. And you get people that don't learn from their mistake. But Jon Jones is an exceptional person for me, because Jon Jones was a lot wilder in his young age, and we know this man in the octagon, after octagon, there was always drama around it. Wherever he was, wherever he went, even early this year, there was drama around it. So we all know, like we can say it for the fact that not for a fact, but he's the biggest athlete in the UFC. He's like the biggest name in the UFC, the GOAT, and they wanna make sure that everything, we want to make sure everything is done properly. They want to make sure that everything. I mean, the fact that he was injured. For me, I kind of give him the benefit of a doubt as well. Why? Because they need to look at both sides of the story. Because at the moment, they kind of senses as a fighter, senses an athlete, the person that he is. They practically just accepting the fact that whatever the agent said, and they're kind of going with it. I'm like, yeah, but you gotta you kind of have to do the investigation, understand, okay, what he said, what was the altercation, like what type of verbal thing they said it to each other. Was it like a lot threatening? Was it just out of the emotions? Because as fighters, we're human. We've got emotions. Like he said, the man who said he was sleeping, and then you just wake him up, and then the way you would wake him up, the way they would do things, the way they want to kind of approach and talk to him, there should be procedures, precautions, how to do it. And for me, I know Jones had his moments off the cameras where he was wild and stuff, but for this one, for this one, for me, I'm like, I give him the benefit of the doubt, because he's a grown man now. He understands in what position that he stands, and he understands the role that he's playing into the sport and in outside the sport as well, because obviously he's a big image into the world, not just to himself, but to everybody else that he needs to people that look up to him. So I love the way he handled it, and I've never seen Jon Jones go on social media and kind of give his side of the story. There's always that guy who's like, fuck it, yeah, it's done. So what? But the fact that he went on social media and gave his side of the story, that's got to tell you, the man, he's got feelings. He feels a bit, I don't want to say betrayed, but he feels a bit disrespected for who he is. You understand? He's like, you can do your job, but there's a certain way to do it, instead of you basically making my life a bit difficult. So I do give him a benefit of the doubt, and I feel like the promotion or the law should make sure that they do the investigation properly, and they look at both sides of the stories, if I may say, or they look at both sides of the guys, what's happening on the left side, what's happening on the right side, and put all of them together and figure out a way. The fine, yes, they can fine him. I mean, man is a millionaire, but that money is practically changed to him. So, the fact that the fact that he wrote what he wrote on social media, he feels he's right, and he believes that he's right at the decision or the action that he took. And he said it, I did not do anything to harm the man or to put him in a situation where he felt like he was in danger. So I think they need to relook at it, or look at it, and just make sure that it's done right, and give a man a break, man. He's good at what he does. So, and I don't know how many times been tested. We know in his past life, they've caught him a few times with, substance and stuff, but we should understand the fact that the last fight against Cyril Gane, how easy he made it look like. I got to tell you the level that he's in and the type of fighter that he's in. So regarding Espinal, for me, I'm like, I really want that fight to happen, but there's a lot of things that happens behind closed door that obviously Dana White and the rest of the team will not bring out there for us to see. For me, that's a really good fight to look at, because both of them, they've got exceptional skills, and as much as I would like to say Espinal can take it, but I'm like, so Jon Jones is a god for me. And you got to look at it in this way as well. What fight is going to sell at the moment? Because I'm sure Dana White is looking at the fact that, hey, if I can put Espinal and Jon Jones and put Alex Pereira and Jon Jones, you'll buy a ticket to go watch Alex Pereira and Jon Jones.
Take my money. Take my money. Yeah, take my money, bro.
That's I'm sure that's what Dana White is also thinking at the moment. But Espinal is right to want a title fight, and yeah, it's a very tricky situation that he is in at the moment regarding the fact that he's a champion. There's an interim champion, and then there's Alex Pereira that want to fight him, and then he's kind of going through this situation as well. So it's a kind of tricky one that he's going to. I don't think that Dana will strip this man off his title because, yeah, he's the biggest name in the business outside Conor McGregor. So they want to make sure they look after him as much as they can. So for me, I feel like I do give him benefit of the doubt, and yeah, they need to look at both sides of the story and see how they can handle it professionally.
If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget we do our Dust Off Shakedown every Wednesday, 9 p.m. UK time. Don't miss it.